and welcome back to Writing for Academic and Professional Success. This is the third video on Unit 3, the process of writing. In the last video, we have learned about the process of writing an academic essay. So, in this video, let's move on to writing each type of paragraph in an academic essay. As you have already understood, the introductory paragraph is the first paragraph of your essay. Introduction aims at grabbing the attention of your reader and makes a few statements on the background and the main ideas and outline of your essay. So, the simple and direct introduction paragraph will serve the following functions. It will invite the attention of the reader. It gives vital background information. It presents the thesis statement and it provides outline statements. A sample introduction is given in your textbook. Whenever we say paragraph in an essay, it refers to the body paragraph. So, in an academic essay, you can have, as we have already mentioned, 4 or more uh, body paragraphs. So, what is the purpose of a paragraph? It presents one idea. It may need 5 to 10 sentences. It should not be used to present ideas unrelated to the main topic of the essay. So, as we have already seen, we have to divide the main theme of the essay or the topic of the essay into paragraphs, and those paragraphs actually contribute to the main idea. So, you shouldn't write anything that is not related to the main topic. Then, expressions like therefore, thus, however, hence, furthermore, nevertheless, consequently, still, moreover, and meanwhile are used to indicate transition or to conclude the paragraph. So, as we have already seen, towards the end of each paragraph, we either conclude the paragraph or we have a transition from one paragraph to another, or rather a linking sentence which will connect two paragraphs. So we use all these expressions in order to uh, connect one paragraph to another or conclude the paragraph. Then when you are using the vocabulary, better not to use the same words often. So we have to use newer words in each paragraph. Do not repeat the words. Then each sentence in a paragraph has a function. So, how do we know whether a sentence has a function or not? If we remove that sentence, that doesn't make any difference. So, each sentence has a function in the sense that the sentence may serve as a topic sentence. As we have already seen, a topic sentence is about the central idea of the paragraph. Then we will substantiate that idea. Then we will conclude or have a transition from one paragraph to another. So each sentence has a specific function. And whatever you write in your body paragraph or in any part of your essay, you should take responsibility for your statements. You shouldn't say anything that comes into your mind. You have to be very careful about your statements. So you are responsible for whatever you have written in your essay. Now let's see some features of the concluding paragraph. A concluding paragraph usually opens with a transitional word or phrase. For example, to conclude, to sum up, in summary, in conclusion, or finally. The concluding paragraph returns to the main point of the essay by restating or rephrasing the thesis statement. So we'll be repeating the thesis statement towards the end of the essay. Then it gives a broad concluding statement to indicate your verdict on the issue, scope for further studies, or limitations or recommendations of the study. So the concluding paragraph actually it gives an idea about what we intend by writing the essay. What is our further scope for study, or rather, what is our verdict on the issue that we have been discussing in the whole essay. And you can also mention the limitations or recommendations of the study. So, the concluding paragraph is somewhat your perspective on the topic. So, with all the points that we have discussed in the body paragraphs, we are summing up our study with the concluding paragraph. So, that's all about the process of writing an academic assignment or an essay. Hope you have found it easy. Thank you for watching.